Welcome to In-Game Chat for Saturday, September the 18th, 2021. It is Season 15, Episode 31. I'm Scott.
I'm RJ.
I'm Wendy.
And welcome to the show, everybody. If you'd like to get in touch with us, our phone number is 334-272-9228, 334-272-9228. Check out ingamechat.net for all the links to get in touch with us. You can find us on Twitter at InGameChat. You can find us on Facebook as well. You can email us, everyone at ingamechat.net. We're streaming right now on Twitch. Go to Twitch. You can watch us there. Twitch.tv is the website address. Type in In-Game Chat. You'll be able to find us. Easiest thing to do is just go to our website, which we mention every single time we do it, ingamechat.net. Scroll all the way to the bottom. Takes a while to get there, but once you get to the bottom, well, it's one of those repopulating things, so it it does that. It doesn't do it for the entire thing, but there's a lot. Anyway, you get to the bottom, you'll see the Twitch link. You can click on that. It'll take you right to our page so you can watch us on the air. We have also got a link there to our Discord, which we're set up here with now. So you get in there and you can talk to us directly without even having to use a phone call. It sounds fantastic. But yeah, if you'd rather call, that's fine too. 272-9228. Welcome to the show. Let me do this one thing real quick before we get started. That was awfully loud to me. I don't know why, but it was. And welcome to the show proper. We've changed a few things up. Probably nothing that you can tell, but I'm still using my iPad right here to look at this, but I've got the computer over here now. Actually, I like this. You're going to see a lot of this side of my head from now on, since this is the way we're doing it. But which is fine. You don't need this. Is better. This is bad. Better. You don't need to see that. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. So glad to have you. And we put the stuff right in front of me now. You can probably see it if you look at RJ's. You'll see a little bit of it behind him. I don't know. The resolution on the TV that's on this side was just hard for me to make out as far as reading things. Like, what does that say? And it could just be me getting older and older and needing glasses, maybe. I don't know. Although I think I can see it easier on that screen. I think we're still getting the layout of the land. Still trying to figure out. I've already, while hooking everything up today, I've already come up with some other ideas to make it easier for me in some ways. And a way to get another camera over here on her, where we can actually hook it into the computer from where I put it. So, it as maybe frustrating it is for you to hear me talk about it, I actually love this kind of stuff. I love figuring out how to wire through this sort of thing to make this thing work and go through here. At home, I do it all the time with building a new computer or PC and then figuring it out, and then putting a PC in the room next door, and then figuring out how to wire through that and get internet into that computer, and then all the stuff that, I don't know. I'm a fan of doing that. I have no idea why. Maybe it's a puzzle aspect thing that I enjoy my puzzles or something. I'm not sure what it is. But anyway, welcome to the show, everyone. We're very glad to have you. Everybody who is watching and listening, we do appreciate it. We're going to dive right in and talk about what we've played. I am going to start with Wendy.
That's better.
Okay.
Okay. More cookie cutter.
Clicker. Cookie cutter?
Cutter. I don't know. Yeah, cookie.
Yeah. Well, you just keep cookie clicker running, basically.
I had cut on the brain because this mic is the one that cuts out.
It cuts all the time?
Right.
Yeah. It's interesting. Although it's working pretty good with you, seemingly.
Okay.
For now. Cookie clicker, we just keep that running in the background. And she's getting closer and closer to the goal. And that's really how you have to play. Now, you always ask me, well, how do you get... And I'm just like, well, you just keep buying things that increase your cookies per second and let that go until you build up enough to buy the next thing that you want to buy. Set yourself a goal. If you're trying to get to 200 of this one thing, well, then work on getting 200 of that one thing. If you're trying to get a certain upgrade or something, then, just let yourself get there. It's going to. You just have to... Again, the idling portion of the game really comes into play once you get into these large numbers. Because it's just leave it alone. And it'll get to where you need it to get, which will increase your output marginally, and then, you just keep going. So it's a I don't want to say it's a wait and see kind of game, because it's not, but it is a lot of waiting. There is a lot of waiting. And there's things you can do that while you wait, it does better while you're away. Like, for instance, before we left, I put it in basically idle mode, which had some upgrades that I activate when I'm not going to be around, and it increases my stuff. So, yeah, it's little things that you can do otherwise, but you're doing the same thing, just either faster or slower. You're waiting. Some people are waiting slower than you. Some people are waiting faster than you. So, or whatever the case may be. Have less wait time, that sort of thing. So, just different.
The rate of cookie production.
I know. There's no there is strategy to it somewhat, but it's a strategy of doing it faster or getting more faster and still waiting, There is no end to this game. There is no end to it. There's a lot of different stuff to see, especially when you go after the goal that you're going for, which is the Graham Apocalypse or whatever it is. And so there's like a whole nother level there. And then there's the when you want to ascend, which is basically wipe out everything you've done and start from scratch. Do you remember, I guess it was Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. Did you ever play any of that, the first-person shooter stuff?
Barely. I barely ever played the Call of Duty series. I think I played like one of those games in the series. I haven't played it since.
There were people who could, or City of Heroes had it as well.
Okay.
City of Heroes, when you hit the level cap, you could prestige. You could start over, but with some bonuses, basically.
Yeah.
New Game Plus.
There you go.
Let's just call it that.
Yeah.
So when you ascend, it's sort of a New Game Plus. What it does is it wipes out your total, but is it a little soft here? I don't know. I can bring it up a little bit, but then it's like really loud in my headphones. And if I turn my headphones down, it's going to be... See, if I turn my headphones up, that's controlling your volume. Unless, of course, my headphones have any volume control over there. Can you see if they do? I think they would be number...
You're number one.
No. I don't think I'm number one. Try the... Can you see number one there?
Let me see. Yeah, I think I got the right one. Let's see.
Go ahead and turn that... Are you going higher or lower?
Lower. I think it's maxed out, actually.
Check. 1, 2. Okay, I don't hear any difference. Try number... Do you guys hear a difference or anything?
Not really.
Okay. Try number 4 on the end there and see if that does anything.
The blue one? Okay.
Yeah. Test 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nothing.
All right. We'll just leave it as is. If this helps Super Game Sniper 9, then good. I can live with it. Not a problem. So yeah, just trying to figure it out, see how it looks.
Yeah.
So hopefully that helps out SGS.
Heck, it's still a work in progress anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, you ascend, you start your New Game Plus.
Right.
And depending on how many cookies you made during your first run through, that gives you these bonuses that you can spend for your next playthrough. that does different little things. There's a mode where if you've got enough, you can click on it to where it'll gradually build offline when you're not playing the game. Mm-hmm. During your first run through, it does not do that. You have to have the game open and let it go and do its thing in order to build up your stuff. But there's a way once you do the New Game Plus type stuff where it can do it offline mode, and there's a bunch of different things. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of stuff. Then what that'll let you do is move faster through the game on your second playthrough, on your third, even faster on your third, on your fourth, to where you make a lot more cookies to spend on stuff that you couldn't buy the first time. Because now you've got that bonus padding that gets you there a lot quicker. And so, yeah. I haven't really looked up... Yeah, see, there's these. Prestige would allow you an additional custom class slot in past games, permanent weapon. You have to pick only one. Yeah, you do. Depending on when you ascend, you get a certain amount of points to spend on upgrades. That's why normally the strategy folks are, or at least looking up online, when should I ascend? It's like, you shouldn't ascend until you have about, I want to say it was 200, but you saw a number around 400, right? Around 400 heavenly chips is what it's called. And heavenly chips come slowly to begin with. Now they come very fast. I think I'm in the 300s right now. I'm already in the 300s, maybe close to the 300s. I may have passed 300 already. I'm not sure. So anyway, yeah, so there you go. Some cookie clicker, and that's what she's been playing. I've been playing that. Didn't you play something on Switch? No, you tried to play the Necro Barista.
Oh no, I fell asleep.
And you fell asleep?
Yeah, I fell asleep.
Not while playing it, just on the menu screen.
Yeah, because you walked in and I was asleep. Menu screen.
I let her. Yeah, I was just like, yeah, you could do that. What were you playing before then, though? I thought you were playing something else.
I did a little bit of Animal Crossing, and it was enough to remind me that I don't need to play that anymore.
Yeah. We may put that mic over there for you. You think? Tell you what, when we do the commercial break, we're gonna put that mic over there. Just get rid of that mic.
Okay. Good.
I get what you're saying.
It's
worked for a
messing me
while.
up.
I know, it's
hear
weird.
it.
I don't
hear
get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't know how to fix it. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Have we tried Splitgate? Super Game Sniper asks if we've tried Splitgate yet. No, I have not tried Splitgate yet. I've heard very good things about it, but I have not tried Splitgate. It's basically, I don't want to say it's Call of Duty, but it's multiplayer first-person shooter, but with portals.
Yeah.
And I'm curious about it, but yeah, I think Nate has been playing it. God, I haven't talked to Nate in forever. Dude got a whole brand new life now.
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to him in a while. Anyway, so I've been playing Destiny. There was a new exotic that was released this week, and I actually I did a whole lot of grinding today just to get to it.
Did you feel the grind?
I did for a little bit there.
Yeah.
I really did. Now, I don't want to say beneficial. I was fortunate, maybe enough, that I hadn't. There was a lot of little bitty. What do I want to say? Not achievements, but things in game like shoot this many. Whatever, kill this many
tasks,
things. Yeah, little bitty things that I don't really pay attention to because they just come naturally as you play the game, right?
I feel like those bounties or whatever.
Yeah.
Dailies or something.
They just if you just play the game, you're going to get there, right? Mm-hmm. And so while I was doing this grind, I was knocking off all these other different little tasks that, I was like, well, I got to do this like 7 times. I might as well use this weapon and work on the catalyst, or use this weapon and work on this many kills with whatever, that sort of thing. So while I was running through and doing that, that's what I decided to do to get this gun. It's odd. The catalyst for the gun doesn't release until the 21st, which is strange. I mean,
you're working towards something that's not going to be ready until the 21st.
Well, no. You get the gun. Just the catalyst for the gun
That's what I mean,
doesn't.
the catalyst.
Yeah. We don't. You're not working towards that because we don't know what the catalyst
Okay.
is going to require you to do.
Okay.
You know, but it's interesting that the catalyst doesn't drop until afterwards. I want to say the catalyst. I want to say has something to do with your super. If you have full super and you want it to do this, the catalyst will, I believe, pull from your super to...
The energy from your super.
Yeah. You remember how, this goes back to D1 days. You remember Touch of Malice? You remember that gun?
No, I heard about it, never used it.
Yeah. We were using it in the King's Fall raid a lot.
Okay.
And because it was one of those guns that once you ran out of ammo on it, once you ended the magazine, not reload, but once you ended that clip, it started pulling from your health. But the damage output when it started to do that was big.
Yeah.
And so we would all, I think we would all get in like a bubble, a Titan bubble, and shoot from there. I didn't think you could shoot while you were in a Titan bubble that I remember, but apparently you could. Because I remember that was the way to keep yourself safe. Because it would pull from your health, but because the bubble was there to protect you, it would keep refilling your health every time it would drop. And so that was one of the benefits and one of the little workarounds that you could get a lot of damage but not die. Well, this one, I don't want to say it's acting the same way, but instead of pulling from your health, it pulls from your super. And when it starts pulling from your super, the damage is much greater. And it lasts until you switch weapons, I believe, or get the kill, maybe, or until, of course, your super is used up if you want to do that. Probably a lot of testing still left to do on that gun whenever they get around to it. It's interesting, though. This was there was a nice bit of lore that went with the gun, and it was told in... Do you remember you first fired up Destiny 2 and it gave you this whole recap of what you had done previous, and it was all in this, not really black and white, but, muted,
Kind of like
very watercolory and...
kind of like the intro to like Borderlands 2, when they tell you that when Marcus is telling you the story of what happened
Right,
before.
yeah.
Something like that.
That was exactly what it was. It was the queen of the Dreaming City, Queen Mara, telling you, and it was a good parallel between her and her brother Aldrin.
Yeah.
Even though it was talking about the gun itself, it was really, I didn't expect that. And when I saw it and everything, I was like, this is, I do like this. I'm not sure if I necessarily like that particular story. I'd like to go back and listen to it rather than look at all the pretty things that I was seeing, because the art was really, really well done. It might have been a little heavy-handed in some ways on the I don't know, emotional trope maybe that it was trying to pull. I'd have to go back and I do want to go back and look at it. Though.
Like they're trying to match Cade's loss or whatever.
No. I don't want to say Cade's loss, but I need to go back and listen to it. I felt like there was a bit of a borderline cheese level, of like, well, that's a little hokey. But at the same time, the art that I was seeing, or the way it was being told, is like I like the way it's being told. And it's very tough for me to explain, obviously, over the air, or even to RJ or anybody else who's listening. Yeah. But I just kind of liked it. Let's see. It seems okay now. Prestige. You pick only one. Portal meets Halo. Yeah. Pre-order the DLC.
Splitgate free to play?
I don't think it is, but he would say, I know that it's had a couple of betas to where people could jump in. I know it's in early access.
Oh, okay.
Early access, of course, is paid for, and then you play it while it's being done. I don't...
Because I know I've seen it on the PlayStation Store, but I didn't recall a price being attached to it. I thought it may have been free to play or something, or just something I just skipped over when looking for something else, probably.
Well, Super Game Sniper seems to like it, so he'll put Splitgate is free to play and cross-platform. Okay. Yeah. I thought it was in early access. Is it out of early access? Like I'm talking to him. I mean, he'll hear it about, 30 seconds later, and then he'll reply. I thought it was in early access, though.
Well, it's worth looking. Free to play.
Yeah. Well, because we were, it's still in beta.
Okay.
That I don't mind. Single player games that do early access, I have a problem with. I have a problem with personally. I don't want to buy them until they're finished.
Yeah.
One of the games we looked at, we watched a trailer of, was Pray to the Gods, or Pray for the Gods is what it is. Pray for the Gods, which is for everything that it shows off there, it's completely a Shadow of the Colossus clone. It is in early access. I don't want to play it in early access. I want it to be nice and complete, because if I play through it the one time, I mean, if it's got some replayability, maybe that's good, but I don't plan to, I kind of want it at its best when I do my playthrough. For a multiplayer game, or for a procedurally generated something, could be anything.
Right.
That's fine, because you're going to get something new every time you play it. And the same with multiplayer. And so you're not really missing out on that. But for a single player game, yeah, I'd really rather wait until they're finished. I get what early access is. It gets them money and funding while they continue to work on the game. And so you can buy it, and then you can wait until it's finished. Then you could play it.
Yeah. I mean, but single player games, for me, it really is it's mostly going to be something story based. Get to the end and be done with it. And when you're done with that story based game, you're not going to want to, usually you don't want to play it again unless you got something special for doing so. So I can see why the single player beta would be a little not as readily you wouldn't readily get into that as opposed to something multiplayer or whatever.
Well, yeah, but I kind of answered my own question, or whatever the case, kind of solved it right there. Was just buy it so you can support them and work on it. Just don't play it. You really want to. I really want to play that game. Yeah. But I don't want to play it until it's finished. But I can still buy it and then wait for it to finish. Yeah. That way I can do the support, and then it's a good idea. Although I think they're done. It might still be a little bit in early access, but it's already been announced that it's coming to PlayStation 5. That's a pretty good deal for like a 3-man development team, I believe. 3 or 4 development team, from what I understand. So, what have you played, RJ?
I did play some more of Grand Theft Auto Online. They got some new features this week. If you have a motorcycle club, you can get double money from your counterfeit weed and counterfeit weed and what was the other one? Some of the
counterfeit weed.
Yeah, no, counterfeit cash. I just call it counterfeiting.
Oh.
It's counterfeiting. It's counterfeiting cash. Marijuana sales. Methamphetamines, cocaine.
My goodness! Wow.
And then there's a fourth one. I'm trying to remember what it is right now. No, I can't think of it right now. But,
okay.
It's basically 3 out of the 5 motorcycle club businesses are paying out double cash this week. So until the 22nd, I believe. So go out and get your cash if you can. Right?
Did you see where GTA 5 is just? I was going to say is catching the well. Yeah, it's
I've heard about it. It's more of the same. It's almost it's getting into sports title territory. It's more of the same. Year
it's not necessarily that. It was getting, and here it is. It's talking about it getting ratioed. I would like to open that link. Thank you. Sometimes 3-generation game exactly. Yeah. It was on the 360 or the PS3. Yeah. Then it was on the PS4 and the Xbox One, and now it's being ported to the PlayStation 5. Yeah. Rockstar Games released a new trailer for Grand Theft Auto 5's new PS5 and Xbox Series X versions. Stop it. During the PlayStation Showcase recently, but the reaction was probably not what the studio was hoping for. On their YouTube channel, the video has 93,000 dislikes and 31,000 likes. If you go to the PlayStation channel, the video received 97,000 downvotes and 24,000 upvotes. They're calling out the video for failing to showcase why people should buy GTA 5 again on yet another platform. They say it's upgraded and enhanced for the new systems, but the trailer shown did not deliver the goods in the eyes of some commentators. That's the problem, is that they just keep releasing this thing for console after console. Stop. First off,
why would they? It's still, I know, it's like beating a dead horse, but they're still making money off of it.
I know.
It's the same old thing. It's like that's what I was talking about with sports games. Madden is the same game every year.
I know.
But they know people will buy it.
Yeah.
FIFA, it's the same game every year.
If it's still printing money, then why stop?
If it's still making money, why stop? I mean, it's your choice. You want to keep putting money in it, it's your choice. Have
Holy cow, that originally launched in 2013.
Yeah, we said that last week.
God.
2013 is when this game came out, but it is still making money for Rockstar. So keep doing it.
In 2014, it was released on PS4 and Xbox One. In 2015, it was released on PC. And now it's going to be released for the next generation of consoles.
Yeah.
Man.
And they were enticing you to go to the PS5. They were giving away $1 million in in-game currency every month until it was released on the PS5.
Yeah.
I remember they were doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, the online part does add new stuff. I get that. The online part can just continue doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
And more than likely, that's making them the money.
Oh, it is, yeah.
And this is just the new releases for new systems is just giving them, a little bit of bonus on top of it and bringing in more players to the online side of things where they can sell them more stuff and make more money off of it. So, I get what they're doing. I just think that people are tired now. They're like, where's 6? Where is GTA 6? Just or even a hint of GTA 6. They've said nothing. There's been nothing said about a second.
I'm trying to think about the changes that have taken place in Rockstar since 5 came out. I mean, some of the writers or people behind 5 are gone.
I think
now.
Dan Houser's gone.
Yeah,
I think he did Red Dead 2, and then he left.
Okay, so who's left in Rockstar to put out something worthy of a GTA 6 at Rockstar right now?
I don't know.
It's been 7 years.
They're probably working on. I would imagine that they're at least working on a story. I have to think that they're working on something. Probably, even if it's at just the earliest of stages. I got to think that they're working on something. If it is, like you said, making them the money that they're making, doing a sequel to 5, being 6, or even if they did you can't really do a 5.5, can you? Like some things do.
It'll probably be GTA Online, because people have kept questioning about when did Online take place as opposed to the main story in GTA 5. Is it after? Or is it before? Which one is it?
Yeah. Yep. Anything else you played?
Oh, plenty of things. Oh, by the way, it was forged documents was the 5th business of the motorcycle club. So yeah,
counterfeiting all around, really.
Yeah, counterfeit cash, forged documents, and marijuana sales are double this week in MC Business. So I was doing that. There was also something called Hasta La Vista, competition mode, where basically you're trying to avoid a truck riding a bike. So that was why bikes were free this month as well. You could buy yourself a bicycle, but use that for
you buy a bicycle?
Yes, a pedal bike. Yes, a BMX or one of those high-end Tour de France like bikes or whatever. Get one of those, but you're trying to avoid a truck while riding a bike or something like that. So look, it's three times the experience in cash if you get through it. So that's another. It's just reason alone to have at it. That. So outside of that, I played a bit of Virtual Fighter 5 Final Showdown. It's been a minute since I played it, but I got back into it and I was able to pull off some combinations I was working on during an online match. It's one thing to pull it off in practice, but it's another thing completely to be able to pull it off in an actual match. So yeah, I was able to do that, so I was happy with doing that. More of MLB The Show, playing a little franchise mode. I was playing some baseballs, getting a few games in there. I'm getting a lot better at hitting now. The problem with me earlier was that I was always missing the mark in terms of hitting the ball. I mean, I always get little soft hits or weak little foul balls and things like that. But I've been able, with practice, as in any skill, practice it enough and you'll start getting the hang of it. So I've been able to get better hits on the baseball in the game. And I did, off of your suggestion last week, I did play a little bit of Destiny 2. I found out that it wasn't.
Look.
I found out that I didn't move it off my console. I deleted it completely.
Ooh.
It was completely gone. But look, I still have the account.
Yeah, the account's going to be still there.
So yeah. So after about 14 hours of downloading,
man, I'm sorry.
No, not your fault.
And you're not exaggerating.
No, I'm not exaggerating. No, it took a minute. It took a minute to get everything back, but it wasn't as big as I thought it was. It only took like maybe close to 90 gigs, maybe 87, 88, somewhere around that area in terms of disk space. So I got it all in there, started it up, and as with any game that you haven't played in a while, there's been a lot of changes that I had to get used to. First of all, when did my hair get white?
Okay.
Because
I want to hear this.
Okay.
But I didn't know you were about to open up that can.
Yeah.
So we need to take a break.
Okay.
Because we're already way behind. Because I asked just what else you play, and as soon as you open up that, I gotta talk to you about it.
He's excited. You're
well,
talking...
it's not just excitement. It is, hey, what is different for you? Mm-hmm. This is interesting, only for the fact that I know how much of a player you were, and you've been away for. Well, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be interesting to kind of pick your brain a little bit to figure out like what's new for you, what's changed, what do you like, what do you hate. This is great. So I can't wait to hear it. And we need to talk about cross save, cross play, all this stuff, so that you know we can do some stuff with you.
Yeah, I
man.
saw little things about that.
You're still in the clan, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. Okay, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're gonna jump into that for at least the littlest of time there, because I do want to get to other stuff that we have here on our list. But I'll do that after we get back. Here is music from a game called Skatebird. Skatebird. Okay. It's basically birds that skate.
You can fly.
Skateboards.
Okay.
I'm not kidding.
No.
The lady who made this, I want to say her name was. Why do I think it's Megan Fox, but it's not the one you're thinking of?
Let's see. Skatebird, skateboarding video game developed by American studio Glass Bottom Games.
Yeah, it's Glass Bottom Games, but the lady
September
who did
16th of this year.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember her name. Glass Bottom Games. I met her, God, it's got to go a long way back, when she put out her first game. It was something about Fedora. Hot Tin Roof, the cat that wore a fedora. I saw that when I was at the Indie Mega booth at PAX.
Yeah,
years and years ago. In fact, I don't even know what year that released. Wow, they've done a lot of other stuff. But yeah, Skatebird. Drop in and be a skateboarding bird, grinding on bendy straws, kick flip over staplers, and carve killer lines through cardboard and sticky tape parks. Skate an expansively tiny world with simple controls even a hawk named Tony would dig. Skatebird can't fly, but on a board they soar. So yeah.
I was thinking how flight could be implemented in skateboarding tricks or something.
See, AC Wraith knows. They're Steam friends, him and Megan Fox. Yes, I was right. Yeah. So anyway, this is music from that game. We'll be right back with more of In-Game Chat right after this. And welcome back to In-Game Chat. Music here from a game called Crown Trick.
Okay.
I have no idea what it is or what it's about, but it's called Crown Trick. I don't mind that. I didn't hear this part of it when I was when I was getting the music together.
Let's see. Crown Trick is a beautifully animated roguelike RPG adventure characterized by turn-based combat and skill item interactive strategy. Okay.
All right. Anyway, welcome back to the show. We only have about 15 minutes in this little segment here because we went over there, which is fine. 15 minutes is, well, never enough when you're talking about Destiny, but should be enough.
Or of any game that you're a fan of, folks.
Just to do some on-air testing real quick.
Yeah.
We changed your mic. Can we hear how it sounds, please?
1, 2, 1, 2.
Thank you very much. Actually, that does sound better. Mm-hmm. Okay, so first off, we tweeted it, but I never actually said it on the air last week. Happy birthday! It's belated.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
And Sarah, who is not in the Discord, she's on the Discord, but she's not in there yet. But Sarah, who up in Birmingham, happy birthday to her as well, because I think both of you had a birthday that week.
Yeah.
So, Anyway, so you loaded up Destiny on your PlayStation.
Yeah, had to read down Destiny on the PS4. The first thing they did was tell me that crossplay is now available, and that I have a PS4 account name and I have a Bungie account name. Mm-hmm. It's basically my PS4 name with some 4-digit number out the side of it.
That's how they had to do crossplay. Yeah,
that's how to do the crossplay. So, like I said, they did that, and I said I accepted that. And then I got to the acceptance screen. Do you accept these things? Okay, we go that route. And then it gets to the loading screen. Pick your character, and I'm like, wait a minute, this. I'm seeing a lot of changes in my character. Like I said for the break, my character's hair is white. What's going on? It used to be dark brown. What happened here? Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking it may have had something to do with the shaders that I had on there. Amethyst Veil. Which
should have been for your hair.
No, but my hair was shock white. Yeah. It used to be dark brown on my character. So I don't know what happened there. The Hunter's character was fine. The Awoken character was fine too. Hers was blue and the Hunter's was brown. So nothing changed there. But for my main character, my Titan, that changed completely. So I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
So I get into the game and I get the intro of the new campaign. That how some planets are just gone. They just said they disappeared. We don't know why, but these planets are gone. And Sloan is gone, which is cool. Which is not. I miss Sloan because Titan was where I did a lot of my grinding for little things and stuff like that. There,
and you were a Titan, and Sloan was a Titan.
Yeah, and I knew the map area.
And she was the Titan. Well. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so I knew the area pretty well. So going through all that, I was going to miss those areas. So we got Europa and other places that I don't know anything about. I'm still trying to figure out how to navigate to this thing because it's been about a year and a half, I guess. Mm-hmm. It's been a long time since I played the game. So I get there and I see, wait a minute, I was at 960 something. Everyone is at 1100 now.
And you should be as well.
Yeah, so everyone is at 1100 on my screen. I knew I wasn't in quadruple digits, so I'm like, okay, something new must have came out. And because they keep reminding me the Witch Queen or something like that is coming out now. Mm-hmm. So I got the story from the intro, right? So I go through that, play through the intro, do what I do there. I go back. I'm thinking, okay, can I update anything? Can I look up anything? Because I got some new stuff from the end of the mission. So let's see if I can upgrade some stuff. My rifle is still good. I'm still using the Song of Justice. I'm not changing that. It's my favorite scout rifle because the range on that thing is like maxed out, like a pixel from max.
What's the level of it though?
It's 1100. Same.
Yeah, I know. So if you look at the weapon, like if you look at the info on the weapon, so you can see the perks and different things that it comes with.
It's got perks. It's masterworked, thing like that. I mean,
it'll have a number, I think, above the level that it is. Mm-hmm. And that's the cap on that particular weapon, because they did sunsetting. Obviously, we talked about that, and it was a horrible decision and one that they never should have done. Especially since they walked. Well, I say they walked it back. They stopped it after, I want to say it was less than a year when they were going to do what they were going to do that with. But instead of saying, okay, we're just gonna take sunsetting off of all of your gear, they just said, okay, look, from this point forward, nothing gets sunsetted. Mm-hmm. But everything from here behind will have a cap to it. It will only it will only be able to level up so far.
Yeah.
Which for you, and I know you don't want to get rid of it, but eventually you're going to have to find a gun that fits that spot for you because it's not going to be doing anything for you.
Okay.
Damage-wise, it won't do anything. Because the further you go, the less, it's just not going to come with you. Depending. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You said it was a year and a half ago, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, look, some of these things has an infinity symbol written on the top of this thing.
Right, because
So,
that's
I
going
think
to be that's going to be a gun that you can level up.
If I'm not mistaken, I think my Song of Justice 6 has that
You may be
symbol
okay.
on it, so I may be fine. I can't say the same for my helmet though. A lot of my gear, my armor has infinite symbols on there, but it said my helmet. I think it's a Carrick Type 2 helmet. I think it said you can't level this thing. I think 1060 was the max that it had on there. Even though the max said it was 1100, but the thing said 1060 on mine, so it can't get any further because I tried to upgrade it with this helmet I found after a mission, and it said it won't do anything for me. It won't upgrade it anymore. So I'm not understanding how all my armor is old. So why is it they're fine, but my helmet, just the helmet?
They sunsetted armor too.
Yeah.
Which was a dumb thing.
Yeah, but like I said, all my armor is old too. It's been a year and a half. All my armor's old. So why is it just the helmet that's not able to be upgraded? I mean, my Titan's mark is still the Wildwood mark from when I first started the game. I like that mark, so I kept it, and I kept it this whole time. And it's able to be upgraded. But the helmet that I got after the mark, I couldn't. Go figure. I don't know. So that's all the things I'm trying to figure out what I can upgrade, what I can't. What do I have to get rid of? What can I keep? Is what I'm really dealing with right now. And basically navigation and seeing where to go and what to do is what I'm really dealing with right now. Going through Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Playing catch up, basically.
Yeah. We'll have to I'll have to find you online sometime or something and join up with you and run through some stuff. Get you into Discord, which you already are, but get you into Discord so that we can communicate while we do that. So that I can play on PC and you're playing on PS4.
Right.
Which would be great. What else did you do other than look at your character? What did you run?
I didn't run anything. I got some missions from Banshee. I mean, I saw those dailies and whatnot. Trying to get some gear and equipment so I can upgrade things, my upgrade modules, things of that nature. Getting my bearings, seeing what was what, but in terms of running missions and things like that, the only thing I did really was just that first primer mission of what the story mode is. And other than that, it was basically a lot of notices like the upgrade is available, pick it up now.
Right, yeah.
That thing was just constantly over and over and over again
throughout
the whole thing. So that's something I have to look into later on down the line. But it was just basically getting it on the system, making sure everything worked out fine, and trying to see what type of changes, immediate changes I'd have to deal with.
Well, I'm all about helping you out with that and running through stuff with you and kind of bringing you up to speed. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, at least on the mechanics of the game. I don't really care about bringing you up to speed on the story. You probably care even less.
I mean, bad guys are present, shoot them.
That's I know.
In my case, really, it was just I didn't run. Like I said, didn't run through anything. Don't know where to go to run through anything. See, I don't know the navigation. Like I said, it's been a year and a half. Where to go? Places are gone. New places are showing up. I found the tower, so at least I got that. So good. I found that because I can get to my vault. Yeah, which is adds.
And the helm, was the helm open to you?
The helm was there. I think I went into it. I saw a bunch of old. It said, "Here's a bunch of old stuff." Yeah. Basically, that you went through, and okay, all the old stuff's in my vault. So
I was going to say, there's an interesting. It's both in the helm and it's at the tower. In the helm, it's easier to find because it's all right there when you pop in.
Right.
The helm is a very small. Not public space, actually. It's a small private space. The tower is a public space. But the helm and the tower both offer somewhat of the same thing. A vault, a postmaster, and I'm not sure what it's called, but it's a mission selector.
Okay.
The helm has it, and the tower has it as well. The tower, you will find it right next to the postmaster. If you go to the postmaster and then just turn your character to the left. It's right up against the wall.
Okay, I must have missed that.
Yeah, it's a little tough because it won't.
The helm thing that I saw was next to the storage area, next to Banshee.
You mean next? Well, there's not. Banshee's not in the helm.
Okay, I was on the tower and there was something that said a helm. Where I go to the vault, there was some little thing that said something helm, and I activated that and it said all the old stuff that I had done in there. Maybe we're talking about two completely different things.
We could be. I don't know.
Because
there's a kiosk next to the postmaster, and then in the helm itself. The helm is like I said, it's a little private space. You can. I think it can hold at least 6 of you if you've got a fire team of 6.
Okay, I must have missed something.
It may not be open to you yet because of how far behind you are.
Yeah,
but
way behind.
The kiosk is like you go in there and it has anything you didn't complete from past expansions, past seasons and stuff.
Everything.
It's all there for you.
Yeah.
Like when I go to it, it shows the new light campaign, which is what people who join in on the free-to-play side of things and have never played the game yet, they get run through the new light campaign real fast. You go through that, and then the tower opens up to you and everything else.
Okay.
So that's available to me. I'd be surprised to see what's available to you.
Okay, yeah. If you're saying that this area is located between the postmaster and Eververse sales lady, I forget her name.
It's not in between them. It is kind of, in other words, you're looking at me. So if the postmaster's here and then Eververse is here, the kiosk is over here.
Okay.
Up against the wall.
Okay. I missed that. I didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
So probably
I didn't either.
There's probably a bunch of new stuff there that I wouldn't see at all.
When you walk up to the postmaster, pull your ghost out and everything will start to highlight. It'll show you the stuff and you'll see something right over to your left.
Yeah.
When you do that, and that's where you can get the.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where you can get that.
Something else that changed for me as well. I didn't know how it worked. Shaders. Remember how you had?
Right.
Yeah, remember how shaders you had to use one shader per part, or whatever.
Yeah, you don't have to do. Well, you can still.
Because it indicated to me that one shader would shade. You select which one to shade on here. With this one shader, because I didn't see numbers, because I've had like multiple shaders of ones that I liked in storage. Like I had like maybe 20 or 30 of the Vex white with gold, and then I had the Amethyst Veil that I found, and I did that, and I picked up some from...
shaders are not individual anymore. In other words, you can't collect 70 of the same shader anymore.
Yeah.
If you get it once, it goes into your inventory, and that's it.
Yeah.
You have it. You can add it as many times as you want. It never runs out, and it actually doesn't cost anything to add shaders anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not exactly sure what that looks like for you, and I don't know if you have to run through any kind of missions to get it to unlock or what you have to do.
No, I mean, I just went to my character and looked at it, and it was like a grid of things in there, and it told me that this is already attached to your account. So it was like, okay, I've already got this one. I don't remember it because it's been a year and a half. But anyway, but it said that it was readily available.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it was anything that I could do with it. I mean, like I said before, it was basically the reason I had multiple shaders was because I had to have a shader for each individual part that I wanted to use for the thing. So that's how it was. So now it's like what it indicated to me was that that wasn't the case anymore. I haven't tried to use one yet because I thought if I tried to use it, it would be gone.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Right.
Use it as many times as you want. It's never going to go away.
Okay, good.
Shaders cost nothing to apply.
All right. Nice.
Now, there's the transmog system, which they'll run through the tutorial on that. I don't even bother with it. People who do, that's fine. They can, but they made it so convoluted, at least originally, that I just didn't pay attention to it. They've scaled back a little bit on it now, but I've never been... I mean, I think I've said this. I don't care how I look. I'm not, I really, there's I just don't care. Sometimes, be careful there. Sometimes, I feel whatever, I'll change it. But it's just like once every 6 months, I might get a bug and say, okay, I'll do this.
Well, yeah, in my case, it's like I've said before, I mean, I've got my armor set. I like the way it looks, and I want to keep it that way. It's kind of like my Song of Justice. It's the weapon. My favorite weapon is what I like to use. I mean, it's weird. I mean, now that I think about it, it's weird having a Titan who specializes in up close and personal using a weapon that can shoot clear across a map. Mm-hmm. But that's what I like and that's what I do. So I keep it that way. So yeah, I don't have any desire to change the armor and everything like that. But like you said before, if it's like permanently downgraded, like my helmet, like I talked about earlier, I'm gonna have to change that. But since this is Destiny and all the weapons are like similar to something else that's already in existence, it's just some variant of something. I'll probably find something very, very similar to it that I can pick up and use immediately.
You know how many guns are in that game. There's just a ton. So yeah, you'll find something that fits the mold for you. Mm-hmm. I think, but. Yeah, next time you want to go on or something, just hit me up or look for me online or something like that, and we'll see what we can run you through. Hey, we have to take a break here. Whoever's on the phone,
Chris.
It's Chris. Hey, Chris, you'll be used to this. Hang on, we're gonna take a break, and then when we come back, we will jump to Chris's phone call here. I've got actually 3 tracks from a brand new game, only for the fact that the music is just. I've enjoyed everything that they've done with this as far as the marketing is concerned. The trailers, the previews, all the stuff that they've done, I've enjoyed everything about it. I'm real interested in the game. It's got a lot of great reviews. Mm-hmm. There's some criticisms to it, but not enough that would kind of sway me to say, I don't want to do this or that sort of thing. I'm really, really interested in it because I'm curious of the setup, and I'm also just big fans of what they've done before. And I'm talking about Deathloop. Mm. Which is, I believe, Arcane Studios, the guys that did Dishonored and Prey. Mm-hmm. They have done a very, very good job, and I think Deathloop is probably on par with everything else that they've done, if not even better. So I'm very curious about it. The music, fantastic. Here is a track from Deathloop, and we'll be back with more of In-Game Chat right after this. And welcome back to In-Game Chat. Music here from Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic Colors Ultimate is the track for this. Tropical Resort, I believe, is the name of this. Act 1 is where this comes from. By the way, did you hear about... I saw something on Twitter about issues with this game.
Yeah, I think I heard something about that. Some folks were having
seizures.
Issues with the game, yeah.
It was buggy, actually. Mm-hmm. It's not because it's part of the game.
Yeah.
It's because it was so buggy that everything was just flat. Yeah, there was...
Yeah.
I watched some of it and I was like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
Can't believe this got through quality control. I don't necessarily know if they had any quality control, but yeah, it's pretty bad.
Wow, now to think about it, is there quality control? Because look, Cyberpunk comes to mind.
Right?
Quality control.
Well, no, there's quality control. There's just we don't have enough time to fix that. We have to ship it.
So why do you even exist?
Right?
Because you throw it out there with glitches and bugs galore, and then it's like I've said a long time ago. When's the last time you bought a new game that didn't have a patch update as soon as you boot the thing up?
Cookie Clicker. That doesn't count, but I know.
Yeah, I mean,
what was?
So yeah, that'd be a question. Does quality control even exist in game making nowadays?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I meant to say one of the games I did play, I went back to Lost Legacy and started playing that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just the climbing section that I had originally left off with. I wanted to see where I was in that game after seeing the whole Uncharted Legacy trailer, whatever it's called.
Right.
I was like, where am? Because that's the only Uncharted game that I have not finished.
Yeah.
And I was curious where I had left off. And then I was curious how long ago it was that I had left that off. 2018?
Yeah, you were lost.
Or 17?
I thought you said 16. You went back and you were like, no, it's 16.
No, I thought it was 20. I thought it was 2019. I think it was 2017.
Okay.
But it could have been 16 as well. I mean, it was that far back that I hadn't played the game.
Mm-hmm.
And
so
you
played it when it first released, right?
No. I bought it. I just never got around to playing it when it first released. It took me a while to play. So when did that get? Let's see. Lost Legacy, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. That game came out 2017 is when the game released. August of 2017, and I think that my last playthrough was September or October, maybe. And then, which is weird. I don't know why I didn't play more of it, because it's Uncharted. That's my jam. It's,
that's
I
right.
enjoy
That's
it.
right in your wheelhouse, man.
It really is. So it's strange that I didn't finish that, and I don't know why I didn't. I'm not sure. Probably because I was playing two other games like Spider-Man or God of War or something, and eventually something took hold.
Wow. So that would be difficult playing multiple story-based games, because story-based games take a lot of time and investment. You don't want to like what you went through with Last of Us 2. The gaps in between really hampered the experience that you could have had with that game.
That's why I'm kind of debating. I need to go back and look at the trailer and stuff. I'm curious as to when that Uncharted Legacy is going to release, and say, do I want to finish this now, or do I want to pick that up when it releases and really, go through it then?
It's like for me with Ghost of Tsushima. When I start the expansion, I know I'm going to have to start and keep going. I can't stop for anything else. That's why I want to get to a good point where I can get to a stopping point with all the other games I'm playing. So when I start playing Ghost, I can go straight through and not stop for anything else. I don't want to have any breaks in there.
Yeah, Ghost is probably something I'll do when I get the director's cut or upgrade to the director's cut. I'll probably start fresh on that, because I wasn't very far into it, but but the controls are probably completely lost on me now. I probably have no idea.
Well, if it's anything like Destiny was for me, it didn't take too long. Basically just hit buttons and see what happens.
Yeah, well, it's the muscle memory of that one.
Yeah.
For that to know, because you get into this rhythm of shoot, toss grenade, throw my knives, whatever it is, that little, your melee, whatever it might be for some or for others.
Yeah, in my case, it was basically it's either L1 or R1. One of these two will do it. Let's see what happens when I hit this button. Oh, I forgot. If I hold this button, this happens. Great. Now I wasted my shield.
No, right?
Don't worry about it. There's no enemies around. It'll come back eventually.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
Like I'm saying, it'll come back to you eventually. It doesn't. But in Destiny, it didn't take long at all.
Well, Destiny's obviously a different beast than me for Ghost of Tsushima. Almost so close. Only for the fact that I've been playing Destiny for years. So even if I took some time away from it and came back, the muscle memory, the whole method in which you play would kind of return. Yeah. But for Ghost,
I'm in the same. I'm in the same.
I ain't done it enough for that to.
I'm in the same boat with Ghost. I'm like, if you were to ask me right now which button swings your sword, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
I literally could not tell you.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So.
Let's go to the phones and talk to Chris, who we haven't talked to in a while. Hey, Chris.
What's going on?
What is going on with you, man?
Well, finally be glad to got back from our vacation last weekend, 2.5 weeks out there in in Colorado out there in the top of the mountains.
Yeah.
Mm.
And got to finally ride behind an old, or actually two wood-burning steam engines. Both of them were built in 1875.
Nice.
And if you're interested, I do have a video clip online I put up on YouTube, a little over 2 minutes worth, but I found one of these cheap selfie sticks, which actually turned out to be a good deal. I paid like $3 or $4 for the thing, and I attached my phone to the end of it, and they were only pulling like 3 cars, so the last car right behind both of the engines, I got out, right to the door and held on to the little iron hole that you can grab onto, to hold to pull it, to get in, climb inside the car, or, it has a holding point there.
Yeah.
And just raised it straight up in the air and clamped it, with my hands to the iron bar and was holding the stick with both hands. So, it'd be a nice steady shot, but yeah, it turned out real good and has not a few hundred views on YouTube, but like some of the people were saying, why hasn't this got more views? And they were saying it's a gorgeous sound. Everybody that loves steam engines are absolutely loving it. But yeah, I had a lot of fun out there and enjoyed the weather. But Lord, I miss that weather out there.
I would imagine. Have you have you played anything? Did you take any games? Probably not. But
well, I took the Switch up there with me, and
okay.
I downloaded the new Metroidvania game. Oh, what was it called?
Did you get oh man, oh god, it's the sequel, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a sequel to
Axiom Verge.
Axiom Verge.
Yeah. I got the sequel to that, and I went through it and did 100% and played that the whole time when I was on vacation. And
isn't it great? Isn't that a great game?
Yeah, that was great.
Oh man, Axiom Verge, the first one was really, really good. So yeah, I'm expecting good things from the second. So, and I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was worthwhile.
Did you pick up WarioWare, by the way?
No.
Okay. I know it's got a lot of little mini games that can kind of be fun if you want to kill some time, for whatever the case may be. If you've got like 5 minutes, you can pop that in, play a real quick mini game, and then, move on to something new. So I'm kind of interested in it. I need to, in fact, we've got a whole list of different reviews. I want to say for that game, or did I? Maybe it was for Deathloop. I guess I didn't put that in there for WarioWare. I thought I did, but yeah. Got some stuff for Deathloop as well. Play anything else?
Yeah, and then we got back on that weekend, last weekend, and I picked up the new Tales of Arise, that
used music for that last weekend, I believe.
Yeah, and I've been playing it the whole time since.
Hey, is that I was asking you about that one.
I don't know a thing about it, dude.
No, I was asking you about it. I was wondering if the description said it was like a JRPG, but the video looked like action RPG. So which one is it, Chris?
It's more action. I can basically explain it. All the battle, all the enemies, that you encounter on the screen, and when you run up to them, and then you go to a battle screen. Basically, all your characters in a round circle.
Okay.
And then all the other ones have always been like action oriented, but this is more like an action adventure where all the different skills that you learn when you level up and stuff, instead of them taking, so many technique points in your status, only status that you have to look about is your hit points. But now, like, you have like a skill gauge above your hit point bar whenever you're running around in the battle screen. Like, you'll have like 3 or 4, and it recharges over time. It's pretty quick, but all the different skills, some skills will use 1 bar, some of them will use 2 bars and stuff, and you just mix and match and everything. You just have fun and go to town wailing on these enemies.
Okay, so there's no sit and wait your turn that always got me with the JRPGs.
You play the one character, or you can swap out between characters and play different ones depending on what you like playing, and then the other ones are controlled by the computer and stuff. And from what I've seen, they limit how much experience you get depending on how much what level you are compared to the enemies you're fighting. So you keep fighting and stuff, and then and eventually they'll start giving you less and less as long until you match their level or exceed their level. They'll only give you like 8 or 9, maybe 10 experience because you're fighting something that's so weak. But keeps you from over leveling, and it keeps the struggle nice and even throughout the whole game. And so far the storyline is excellent. It's really dug into me good with the storyline and what's going on in that.
Is it just those 2 characters? The
no, there's a total of 6 characters in the game, and you can play with 4 of them in your party at one time, and then you can just swap back and forth. And It's got a lot of cool, flashy moves. You have different moves that unlock for each character. Like one character uses a fire sword and then attacks the enemy. One girl shoots multiple beam shots. With her gun attacks flying enemies.
Yeah.
Another guy. And these little power up moves are with the thumbstick. The directional pad on the left corner. Mm-hmm. And then whenever the little icon on the bottom of the screen highlights, you just press the direction of their icon, and different ones do different things. And one guy is like a martial artist, and he breaks their defense, so you can break their people's defense and stuff and all. So it's got a little bit of a strategy to it. But then also when you well on an enemy for a long time, they have a little gauge that fills up, and it basically breaks their defense, and then you can do a super combo charge with two characters, and basically real flashy finisher on an enemy.
Okay. So it's no waiting in turn. If you can do it, have at it and go. Okay.
Yeah, it's real fun. I've enjoyed it. The combat has been changed quite a bit from the other series of the games in the past, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I like the changes they've done to it. It makes it more fluid, and the battles are fun.
Yeah, it's like I said before. I mean, it's the traditional JRPG where you have to wait your turn. That just kills the interest for me, because if I want to attack, I want to attack and not wait for strategy, things like that. I mean, I just want to go. So yeah. So when the description said it was like a JRPG, I was like, wait a minute, but this video doesn't seem anything like a JRPG.
It's a traditional elements, but it's more like an action role playing game. And no, it's all fast action. You really have to keep up with what's going on. But it's fun.
Okay. Good to know.
Well, Chris, it's good hearing from you, man. We haven't heard from you in a few weeks now. So
yeah.
Well, we're glad to have you back. Glad you had a great trip, and hopefully we'll hear from you next weekend.
All right, y'all have a good weekend.
Yeah, take care, man.
Take care now.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Wood burning.
Yeah.
I thought it was coal, and that was it. Just coal and steam, but wood burning. Okay.
Yeah, anything that produces, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I would say it can't be just anything, but yeah.
Yeah.
Either or in that regard. So I was asking folks in our Discord if anybody was playing Deathloop and wanted to talk about it, because I'm really curious as to. I mean, I can read critical consensus all day of review sites. I would rather
someone who played the thing. Yeah.
Hear from somebody who's played the thing. And
someone knows someone knows spin on it. Someone who actually played the thing.
Well, spin or no spin, just I have a better understanding of who that person is talking to us about it than I do of whoever this person is that wrote an article. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I have a feeling James would be playing it, but I don't know. I haven't checked his Steam stuff to see if that was the case. What else did I want to get to before we go to a break? It was a year ago yesterday, by the way, that NVIDIA released the 3080 that I'm still trying to get my hands on.
Where does the time go, man?
I know, right? We're getting closer and closer to anniversaries of. I think it was a year ago today that you could start pre-ordering for PS5.
And they're still hard to get.
And they're still hard to get. Yeah, exactly. See, that's the thing. We're running up to these anniversaries of these console, but not only the pre-order dates for these consoles that you still can't get, but getting closer and closer to the release date of these consoles that you still can't get.
Wasn't there an article or something about scalpers feeling the loss from trying to scalp these PS5s? Like people, their shortages are causing them headaches financially.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I haven't paid attention to the articles on the scalping. Yeah. It's odd. In some ways,
I'm about to say it really doesn't matter, because when Christmas comes around, the demand is going to spike again. So of course it is. Yeah.
And hopefully they'll be ready for something. But from what I understand, the chip manufacturers for at least the graphics cards are saying that this is going to go well into 2023 for the for the lack of getting them. And not only that, NVIDIA, I think, is working on their next series, the 40 series, not the 3080s, but now the 4080s.
Yeah.
Now, we haven't heard anything on this, and it'll probably be next year before they announce something, if they do at all.
Yeah.
But even if they do, you're going to be in the same boat.
Yeah.
You might be able to find 3080s, but likely what you will find is that because the 40s are gone, people will jump back to the 30s again, and you're still going to have the same problem.
Yeah.
it's still going to be the same issue. So,
what was the issue that you talked about before? It was like some sets had the premium chips and the others had the bootleg ones.
Is it LHR? Is it I can't remember what it's called. I think it's LHR or something like
It was,
that.
yeah, it was like some components. Some components were a little shaky compared to some of the other ones. Like it was like basically a crapshoot. You may have got the one with the good parts or the one that didn't, but there were still 3080s.
Yeah, that was. I think that was on. That was a certain third-party brand, I believe.
Okay.
That had voltage issues. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was voltage issues.
Something about the components made the voltages go.
They've now issued. They're now releasing cards that have. I think they're called. It's a limiter. They have a limiter in it, and basically this just means if you buy this, you won't be able to Bitcoin. You won't be able to mine Bitcoin with it, which kind of reduces the demand somewhat. But I think they found either a workaround for that, or it's still hard to get because of the secondhand market of resale, the resale market.
You know, despite all the things with the shortages of parts and things, especially with the PS5, people scalping it or whatever, I still have no real urge to get one because the library still isn't built up yet. I mean, everything on there right now is like you can get the downgraded, for lack of a better term, the downgraded version on PS4. There's not a lot of exclusives on there. The only exclusive I see on the PS5 worth getting into is the remake of Demon Souls. Outside of that, there's really nothing else.
Right.
Not yet. So, I mean, down the line, that'll change. But
you say that. I mean, it's going to be a while before that does change because obviously Sony understands that people can't get their hands on these machines. And so here we are a year in, and not even a year in, we're about to be a year in, it'll be next year because we've already talked about Horizon Zero Dawn or Forbidden West or whatever. The sequel to Horizon is going to be released on a PS4 and PS5.
Yeah.
Well over a year into the system's launch. I'm not saying that's unheard of because it's not, but this is going to be the case for a while, I guess, until it's until it gets into more people's hands or becomes readily available for more people. I think you're still going to see a lot of this. And I mean, we saw a lot of this back when it was the PS3 to PS4 period or the 360 to the One period, where you had games release on last gen and next gen. And there was a certain point where that died out. I want to say it was well over a year into the new system's launch before that stopped happening.
Yeah.
I can't remember like what was the last game to do that or what that was, but here's a Sony exclusive, and they're still releasing it for last gen and next gen. Yeah,
I mean to get it in many hands as possible.
Exactly.
In my case, it's like it's not that big of a deal. I mean, a graphical downgrade, okay, fine. Longer loading times, it's fine too. I mean, you get pretty much used to that. The only one that really got me was MLB The Show. The difference between PS4, PS5. I think 5 has the Stadium editor on that version. 4 does not. So that's not a big loss for me, so to speak, because I could build a team. I mean, heck, there are plenty of other stadiums in there, and look, you just put the Field of Dreams in there, so you're fine with that. So
good stuff there.
I really have no need to really get in there. So it's not that big of a loss, so to speak, playing it on the PS4 as opposed to the PS5. So, like I said, if you can't get it on the 5, get the limited version on the 4. I mean, it'd be the same. It'll be fine. Especially with Horizon. Because Horizon, I haven't even started playing that yet.
The Nintendo Switch got a price. See, I was reading about this. As the week kept going, we started seeing that the Nintendo Switch has a price cut in this country. And then we heard, oh, by the way, there's a listing for the Switch where it's a price cut in this country and in this country. And we're like, hey, they're gonna drop the price of the Switch when the
new version comes out.
The OLED screen releases.
Yeah.
Turns out the United States will not get a price cut on the Nintendo Switch, and I don't necessarily. I don't necessarily know what the ratio is as far as. Obviously, it's probably more expensive in these other countries anyway. They may be getting a price cut that puts it on par with what we're paying already.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I really haven't read the article, but it's not happening here. Nintendo says such a thing is definitely not. After rumors began circulating over the weekend that Nintendo Switch, the original Nintendo Switch model, was about to get its price slashed, fans took to the internet to wonder whether this would apply to all parts of the world. It turns out the cut only affects Europe. The European store for Nintendo lists the Switch at those updated prices. Other retailers, such as Amazon, have yet to reflect the new cut. The company has no plans to adjust the price everywhere the Switch is sold. A spokesman told Eurogamer that a number of reasons, most notably the currency exchange rates in Europe and the imminent launch of the OLED model, factored into the decision to slash the original Switch's price. So there you go. So it did have something to do with that. So there we are. We're going to take a break here. Our last one. We're going to come back for our final segment of the evening. And we're going into music here for a game called Lost in Random. I'm not exactly sure what that's about, but it's called Lost in Random, and we'll be back with more of In-Game Chat right after this. And welcome back to In-Game Chat. Music here from Deathloop. I think this track is just called Frank Spicer.
Main character name?
I don't know. I haven't played the game.
Oh.
I have no idea. No idea. Because the next track is called Alexis Dorsey, which is another character name.
Yeah,
so.
This is starting to sound like a Deathloop starting to sound like a serious No More Heroes, because the names, like the names of all the characters, was just like
was that the
first,
tracks?
like first and last names, like like I said, like I'm still stuck at Holly Summers on my playthrough of No More Heroes.
I'm still trying to figure out the premise of the game. I get what it is. You're stuck in a loop. Every time you die, you restart, but you know the patterns and everything. I don't know what it. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm awfully. Is it on game? Is it on Game Pass? I really want to play it on PC, but I still ain't doing Game Pass on PC. By the way, Deathloop.
He says, Deathloop Xbox Game Pass for PC release date. There's still hope, I said. Yeah.
Deathloop is a timed PS5 console exclusive? What? Hang on. There you go. Where was that 2.5 minutes ago?
Let's see, while Deathloop has been heavily marked by Sony, the shooter is a timed exclusive, meaning it will eventually come to other platforms. The fine print at the end of the gameplay trailer above says not available on any other console until at least September 14th,
That's right. It's
2022.
Bethesda. It's a Bethesda game, which Microsoft bought Bethesda.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now, granted, I forgot that it was a Bethesda game. Granted, the contracts they already had in place had to be, honored.
Right.
So it is going to get that exclusive, but that thing's going to be on Game Pass eventually.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not. It just isn't totally clear when this will come to be. Okay. Yep. Not available until at least September 4th. Whoa.
Yeah, 2022, yeah.
2020. Wow. Okay.
It's going to be a minute.
Yikes. Yep, there he is, Thar66, 1 year PS5. Hey, who's in the chat room? I want to say hi to everybody in the chat room. I haven't done a chat room roll call in a long time. We got Wendy IGC. Hi.
Hi.
I'm going to make you a mod somehow. I think I've made so many different names of yours a mod. Stick with one, which... Thar66, Super Game Sniper 9, Steven Van Dam, Retro, F-To Payer, Evans 041111, Drunk Degenerates, AC Wraith, and Academy Impossible. Thanks everybody for hanging out in the chat room with us and enjoying us, joining us for this show. Yeah, good music from Deathloop. Really, I think Tom Salta is the composer for the music for Deathloop. So yeah.
What was the name of that track again?
Frank Spicer.
Okay, there we go right here. Okay, characters. The central characters of Deathloop are the 9 visionaries. Colt Vaughn, Juliana Blake, Igor Serling, Dr. Wengie Evans, Harriet Morris, Ramblin' Frank Spicer.
Is Alexis Dorsey in there?
Alexis the Wolf Dorsey.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Track titles based on character names. That's perfectly
go.
fine. So...
Oh, and Charlie Montague and Thea Borowska.
I don't remember seeing those names pop up when I was
Looking for track titles.
When I was going, well, I was just looking for something that sounded good.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got the next one, Alexis Dorsey, coming up. Let's see. Battlefield 2042 got delayed by a month. Activision Blizzard still in the hot seat. They're now being accused of committing labor violations to stop employees from talking about labor violations. It's a horrible company.
That just sounds wrong.
To no surprise of anyone, for the most part. Like, no.
Hey, there's a place that had drinking on the job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Horrible things that we found out were going on, obviously. But something like this, as it just kind of snowballs, is like, well, no surprise here. The next thing you'll tell me is that they've, issued a cease and desist to all of their employees from talking to anyone ever about anything. I don't know. We talked about the price cuts. Ooh, we were talking about Destiny. The composer, the original composer,
like Destiny 1?
Yeah, and Halo too. Why am I forgetting his name? Marty O'Donnell.
Okay.
There it is, Marty O'Donnell. Yeah, he got into a little... This really sucks. And this goes to show you the whole music licensing thing. Like, I get it. Mm-hmm. I've been in radio long enough to understand that this is how the game is played, essentially. You have to pay for music rights and everything else. Right. What sucks is like when you're the composer and you have to pay for music rights to something that you did.
Excuse me?
Well, he composed music for Destiny.
Okay.
But Bungie owns that music.
Okay.
Even though he composed it and did everything for it, it's Bungie's. They own it. That I understand. He was using it, though, for something else, and he's apparently... he's been found in contempt of court for his continuous use of Destiny assets, including uploading song clips online long after he left the company.
Okay.
Such use violated the terms of a previous lawsuit. Back in 2014, he tweeted that he had been fired without cause, and while still working on Destiny, Activision had stepped in with its own music for the game's E3 trailer, and Bungie then shelved Music of the Spheres, which was the... and I think I have this. I have all of this on vinyl. It was the backbone of how Destiny was going to sound.
Okay.
Musically. the music of the spheres basically talks about the planets. The traveler being a sphere, Earth, Venus, all these different things that you went to, and all the different music of the spheres. And it was going to be like, if you needed reference on how Destiny was supposed to sound, here are the tracks that you can pull from and tweak, modify, follow along with, parallel itself, where it sounds the same but it's different, that sort of thing. That was the roadmap of how Destiny's music was going to sound. The whole 10 years, doubtful. But at least, for a good ways into it until you came with something else. But anyway, in the terms of a lawsuit that followed, which O'Donnell won, he was ordered to return all material from Destiny and the Spheres, not just the final scores, but every version, component, and variation. However, in 2019, O'Donnell began uploading versions of music from Destiny and Spheres to his YouTube channel and to Bandcamp, setting off this latest legal spat. A Bungie motion reads, Mr. O'Donnell's very possession of such materials proves he did not comply with the order to return all material to Bungie. He is now, as part of this ruling, O'Donnell was ordered to return any money that he received and pay Bungie's legal fees. O'Donnell's legal team is reportedly arguing against the nearly $100,000 that Bungie is demanding.
Return all materials.
When asked why, I asked Pete Parsons for the Bungie CEO. The following day, O'Donnell tweeted out that Bandcamp for his Gollum soundtrack, adding, "Please consider purchasing this soundtrack. The money will help with my huge legal bills." Okay. This is my first time reading the article. I caught up on it. I didn't realize he owed that much money. Yeah. That's the other thing, though. Music rights are insane. Yeah. The money involved in that stuff, it's just ridiculous.
I was harping on return all material. I mean, okay, that was the violation. He made copies of it, of his own stuff that he made for someone else. But technically, he did return all material. Just didn't mention the copies he made.
Well, and where he posted it, because if he's posting it out there under his name or under his account, they don't want him doing that, especially given the ties that he has to it and everything else. It makes it look like the perception's bad.
Yeah.
Wow, that's beginning to be a really good game. You scored again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, folks. We were looking at...
I really apologize. It's the Alabama-Florida game.
Yeah, it's the Alabama-Florida game, and it looked like a blowout in the first half, and then all of a sudden we're looking at it's like, wait, there's only a 2-point difference. What's going on?
Yeah, and there's only 3 minutes left, so it's one of those things. Yeah, I know you might be thinking, why are you watching the sports ball? But look...
Because it's Alabama.
Well, not even that.
Yes, it is.
No, not really.
No, the state of Alabama.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Football's king. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But it's not even that, though.
Yeah.
I've mentioned this on Facebook many times, or maybe even Twitter. I'm not sure, but I like when this happens.
Yeah.
Blowouts, I don't care. I'll stop watching. And most of the time, I'm not even paying attention. We have it on in here just because the channel that we keep it on because of our affiliate partners that we have. And they're broadcasting the game. And so I like the close stuff. It's the reason I love EVO so much.
Yeah.
Because it's the fighting games. You can get some really good back and forths going on.
Yeah.
Same thing with this. Anything that kind of brings that drama, brings that, what's going to happen next.
Yeah, one of the most dramatic things about fighting game tournaments, folks, is the comeback.
Yeah.
Someone who looked like they got this in the bag. There's only like 35 seconds left in the match. They've got a 60% to 20% life lead. There's no way in the world this person's going to come back. And then all of a sudden, one combo and one hit later, one opening, and they pull it out. They pull it out of their hat and they get it. That's one of the most dramatic moments you'll ever see in fighting game tournaments.
I'm telling Matt.
What you got?
He's been playing Deathloop.
Okay.
Yeah. And I want to see if he wants to join in real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I missed when he posted this. Oh, he only posted like 8 minutes ago. Okay. But now it shows that he's away from his machine now.
I missed it. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, music. You were talking about music rights and things like that.
Wait, is the hum is gone?
I haven't noticed it.
I haven't noticed it either.
Therefore, it is.
I say that. I don't know. Thar66 says, do you guys figure what the hum was, or is it just gone? I don't know. Is it gone?
It must be gone because I haven't noticed anything about it. Or are we used to it?
I
'Cause
can't tell.
Now I'm trying to listen for it. I don't hear anything.
I mean, if it's gone, that's fantastic. We didn't do a thing, by the way. I don't know if our engineer did something. We never really told him about it because I swear during
Did
the week.
you bump something?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like we got lucky today.
Yeah. Kick the box or something. I don't know.
I don't know. If it's gone, that's fantastic. I can't tell.
We just hope it stays this way for next week.
Yeah.
Because someone's going to come in here all next week and start changing stuff here and there and doing whatever. But yeah, you talk about music rights and things like that. But we talked about it before. I mean, the fighting for the rights when an entertainer, composer, whoever passes on, and they fight for the rights to their music. Mm-hmm. You know, Prince and Michael Jackson come to mind immediately.
Michael Jackson bought the Beatles library.
Yeah,
completely, and I think still owned. I think they still own it. I don't know if they.
The state still owns it, I believe.
Yeah, McCartney hates that. Speaking of McCartney, he did music for Destiny, by the way. I was going to say earlier. I was looking at my watch. I'd gotten a message from Mondo, which we all know about Mondo and how much I enjoy them. But they're celebrating Batman Day. It's Batman Day. That's why I'm wearing the Batman shirt.
It's Batman Day.
Yeah, it is Batman Day.
We make a holiday of anything, don't we?
It's the third Saturday of every September, which is Batman Day.
Really?
Yeah.
Not a September.
It's supposed to signify around the release of the Detective Comics #1.
Okay.
Ever how far back? 1930 something? I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I raised the volume and it's there, but at normal volume I can't hear it anyway. Well, that's good. Okay. Anyway. Thanks for giving us a heads up on that, by the way. So I'm looking at this article from PC Gamer. It says roughly every 11 years, and then it has a... God, I hate your website all of a sudden, PC Gamer. This is why I like having... Close! Jeez. It says roughly every 11 years, something mildly interesting happens. There are one or more dates that contain a single repeating digit. August 8th, 1988, for example, can be written 8888. Cosmically, these patterns are meaningless, but for the past 22 years, dates containing repeating digits have been hugely significant to gaming. Another good one is coming soon, February 22nd, 2022. On that fated Tuesday, early next year, the light, blah, 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 a brief history of novelty release dates. No one owns the date it happens to be, and so everyone can give them whatever significance they want. I don't think anyone beat Sega on September 9th, 1999, the day it released the Dreamcast. I know that my life was changed by Power Stone. And that Talking Fish Man, you remember that game?
Seaman?
Seaman, yeah, that's what it was called.
Yep.
Yeah. And then about a decade later, it was November 11th, 2011, 11/11/11. Mm-hmm. One of the most influential games of all time released, Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. That came out.
I think I have that.
Yeah.
Maybe free.
2011 was a bit of a special year because years that end in 11 generate 4 repetitious dates. And so it goes on and sees where those are used. Now for Tuesday, TWOSDAY, Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022. It falls on a Tuesday, which is both the traditional day for big game releases and, in this case, Tuesdays, where you can change the wording. Remember Sonic Tuesdays?
Sonic Tuesday,
yeah.
It was Sonic Tuesday, yeah.
Right now, Tuesday contains just a couple of big confirmed game releases. Sifu, S-I-F-U, which is that game...
Sifu.
Yeah, that's the game where...
I think it's a martial arts. Sifu
it is.
Like a kung fu teacher, Sifu.
He is, but he gets older every time he dies or something. Like if you lose, you age. Mm-hmm. It's another concept I'm very interested, kind of like Deathloop. I'm interested in like how does this mechanic work? And so for same thing for Sifu, I'm same way. I'm curious as to how that concept works or that mechanic works. Destiny 2 Witch Queen, the new expansion for that also comes out on that date. The Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection is around that time. Ghostwire Tokyo, the new Lord of the Rings game, Total War, Warhammer 3. These things will not keep their dates. I believe Destiny will.
Yeah, we don't. It's expansion, really. Well, no, I'm about to say new releases. We expect them not to keep their dates nowadays. We expect delays or whatever. I mean, you go to E3 or whatever, any video game show, it says we'll be released on this date, and we're like, yeah, right.
Yeah,
we know it's going to be 6 months to a year before it actually comes out. I don't know if we've got to that place with expansions though. We haven't, have we? I don't think we have. I don't think we've gotten that well with expansions.
I mean,
may have took a few exceptions here and there.
I was going to say because the Witch Queen is an expansion.
Okay, yeah, it's expansion.
Yeah,
but one in delays that you heard of, right?
Well, I mentioned Battlefield got delayed, but that was only like just a few weeks, I believe.
A new release or an expansion?
No, Battlefield 2042, a new release.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A new release, we expect delays from 6 months to a year. We expect the delays on that.
But expansions, you're right.
Not so much.
Yeah, not so much on the expansions. You're absolutely right on that. But they also aren't as big because obviously you're playing whatever that game is.
Yeah, it's an addition to what's already there. Yeah. So yeah, that's all it is. Yeah,
you just keep going until it gets released, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, another big date to look out for. THQ Nordic had a 10th anniversary. I didn't know they were already 10 years old, but they made some announcements when they did that. Did you go away? There we go. And so let me tell you what they were. Destroy All Humans 2, Reprobed. It's a remake of the original Destroy All Humans 2, by the way. The Reprobed is a full remake, building the entire game back from scratch, though it apparently will retain the old voiceovers, by the way. Outcast 2, A New Beginning. This is a sequel to a game that came out in 99. I need to go find that, yeah. The 1999 open-world action-adventure game Outcast is getting a sequel. I don't remember it for some reason. I'm going to have to go back and look at this. But again, 1999, I don't know how way into gaming I was to remember if that was I don't remember that title at all. Jagged Alliance 3 is getting released. Expeditions Rome is a tactical turn-based RPG set in ancient Roman Republic in the time of Julius Caesar. MX vs. ATV Legends. Superpower 3, which is the next game in the Superpower series. Become the head of state and develop your country's global standing while fighting political battles on your home turf. Elix 2, I remember Elix. Yeah, that was from 2017. So they got a sequel for that. And then Spongebob SquarePants, The Cosmic Shake is a brand new game for everybody. No gameplay footage was revealed, but the trailer was like a greatest hits of some of SpongeBob's best moments from the show. I've never seen an episode of SpongeBob.
Same here.
I have. I'll admit it.
Okay.
I have.
No, if you like it, you like it. You have it?
Oh, no, I just said I watched it.
No, okay.
I've heard the voice. I know the character is that sort of thing, but I've never actually watched an episode of that show. I may know
a song or two.
Oh,
or
really?
A character or two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But,
That's the first I'm hearing about this. Pick your brain for a little bit. Actually, I'm going to show you this trailer and see if you be like, oh, see if you recognize anything from it. Mm-hmm. I might do that. Yeah. See what happens. Okay.
Yeah. I was looking up Outcast. It said it was action appeal released for information. 99. The game was critically acclaimed and was named the Adventure Game of the Year by GameSpot in 99. Mm-hmm. 1999. Dang.
Yeah.
20 years. Jeez. In 2014, Outcast was remastered as Outcast 1.1 after the original developers reacquired the franchise IP. In 2017, a remake titled Outcast Second Contact was released for Windows, PS4, and the Xbox One. In 2021, THQ Nordic announced the sequel Outcast 2, A New Beginning. Okay. Scheduled to be released for Windows, PS5, and Xbox Series XS. Yeah. Dang, 99. Yeah. Remakes here and there throughout the years, but the actual sequel, 20 years later.
And that'll do it.
Yeah.
We got to go. Thanks, everybody, for joining us in the chat room and listening on the stream and on the radio as well. Thanks for joining us in Discord. Matt, we'll get you back in at some point. I do want to hear about Deathloop, Matt. So join us next week and get in there and talk to us about it. Everybody have a great week. We will see you next Saturday. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Here's music from Deathloop. Deathloop. Alexis Dorsey is the name of it.
All right, man. You're going to miss okay, I can understand you missing Tsushima, but Deathloop.
Oh, no. What happened to your mic? It's gone. No. We'll see you guys later. We got to go. Bye.